While his name may not be familiar to most, his face certainly is. The career of Mako spans over 4 decades. Join us for this inside look at one of Hollywood's most memorable faces, the faces of Mako.
I wanted to become an architect. I got into an architectural school in New York City. Then one day, a classmate of mine said, we got this project, and if we do it, we get a few dollars. I said, fine, let's do it. What is it? It was designing stage set designers. So that's how I got involved in theater. I was spending more time in theater than in classrooms at school. I got drafted. So with my GI Bill, when I got discharged, I enrolled in Pasadena Playhouse. That's how it began.
Mako's broad range of talent also encompasses voices for animation, including Rugrats in Paris and Samurai Jack.
Before or around the time I started working with Ugly Dachshund, I tried to do animated work, animation voice work. But again, I ran into stereotypes. In that first one, I had to do Mr. Hashimoto or something, and he had to talk like, shh, everything, shh. My name is Hashimoto, I said, God, for $120 a day, I can't do this. I can't be doing this. So I sort of put it aside.
Director Norman Tokar and producer Winston Hibbler cast Mako without an audition.
I don't recall going to an audition or meeting as such for this project. I was told to report to Disney Studios. And I was one of those sort of smart, alecky character who thought he could handle almost anything. So with that, he got into a lot of troubles, unexpected elements such as dogs. This director, Norman, said, you know anything about dogs? I said, well, I've had few dogs in my life as my pet, and beyond that, I have no experience with dealing with dogs or animals. He said, no, that's okay, just be yourself. I said, fine. I was in awe of the wranglers, trainers, who control those little animals. Not only, some of them are huge. I was more than surprised by the way those little animals acted, Having to deal with animals, that's always plus factor. It's difficult, but if it's done right, it'll work. Because the audience would see the little dog, oh, isn't he cute? You got them on your side, Well,
you're not going to blame it on those little angels, Mark. Just look at them. You can tell they had nothing to do with it.
Trainers would have to have 3 to 4 doubles, or, so that when one gets tired, he would replace with a fresh character. Since I didn't have much makeup, it's basically, I didn't have as much wrinkles as I do now. So it was just a little powder puff here and there, and that's it. I would have free time for like 45 minutes before I was called onto the set. I would just relax and drink coffee and look over the script. And then when everyone is ready, we go downstairs onto the set. First thing is, Norman would come out from his trailer and say, let's start. Is Dean here? Yes, he is here. Is Suzanne here? Yes, she is here. So the pace was very, very civil, shall we say. Instead of yelling and shouting and da-da-da-da-da. None of that. It's like, hey, let's go to work. You guys ready? You're not? Okay. How about in 10 minutes? So, that type of attitude. Dean Jones' style of comedy is very pleasant and mild and very straightforward. And let whoever is funny man do funny stuff. And I usually react to those things that I see or that other characters are doing. So I just react accordingly. I myself try not to exaggerate reaction unless it's requested specifically. So in other words, I play it straight, straightforward. That's all I know. I did all of my stunt. I didn't think it was much of a stunt. It was kind of surprising that I had to somehow get up on top of T-cart. One of the dog's leash would catch one of the wheels of T-cart and pull me away. We had to do a few takes, and by the way, this little dog, I thought, turned out to be a Great Dane, and he literally yanked the T-cart off of under my feet, and I ended up on my butt, so to speak. In order for them to react to what happened to the dog and this Kenji, I had to repeat so many times for those groups.
After The Ugly Dachshund, Mako went on to play Po-Han in The Sand Pebbles with Steve McQueen, a role that would garner Mako an Oscar nomination for Best Actor in a Supporting Role and a Golden Globe nomination for Best Supporting Actor.
I was nominated, yes, but I did not get the award. In a way, I was glad I didn't get it, because I had seen few presentation of Oscar awards on the television. And some people make, I want to thank my agent. I didn't want to be that way, so I kept trying to work on a very short but very succinct speech. But I couldn't get it done in my head. So when my name was not called, I let out a sigh of relief. Thank God they didn't call my name. This project reaffirmed that I am pursuing it in the right direction for me. I think through this, I learned to trust myself as others have trusted me before I made that rank.
In 1974, Mako again teamed up with Disney in the hit film The Island at the Top of the World.
Hello?
His career continued with hit movies like Conan the Barbarian, Tucker, and Pearl Harbor.
There were a handful of people who understood what I did or what I'm trying to do, and they encouraged me to go forward. So in that way, it was very, very excited in my mind, in my head.